afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast. Me, host Imperial Dane. We're off here to 2 versus 2 on 3 points. And we will be watching here the Soviet Union attacking under the command of NoiseofCarpet and Tristan, fighting together here for the 5th Rifle Corps, tasked with clearing out this vital set of river crossings, currently being held here by the Kampfgruppe Bear under the command of Biggus, and not his friend Naughtius Maximus, but instead Xanaxbars here fighting with the Oberkommando West and the Wehrmacht, rolling ahead somewhere in Hungary, as the Russians are making their way towards Budapest and hoping to knock the Hungarian army out of the war. Tristan with a shot rifle, Gart rifle, and Gart motor. NoiseofCarpet with shock rifle, advanced warfare, Gart motor. A bit of a correlation of things. And we are moving here the Biggus has breakthrough, Luftwaffe, and scavenge. Xanaxbars has gone straight on to spearhead. We're seeing here that they are focusing on the southern part here of what is ever beyond the rivers. Russians moving ahead there. Bit more spread out. They're going for both sort of parts here beyond the bridges. Sturmpioneer's moving out here. In fact, he's going for a rather Sturmpioneer heavy start here, Mr. Biggus. 2 units of them are ready to clear out the ruins, and ruins the day of the Russians. But over to NoiseofCarpet, going here for a dual maximum start, following up with a mortar, whereas his teammate is going for a bit more on the rifle. Though at the same time, he may have some advantage, but at the same time, he can encounter a bit of problems here in the ruins if he's not careful. Entering into the cemetery here with a Maxim. And immediately encountering here some pioneers, quickly getting their heads down while a Grenadier squad flanks up here beyond the arc of fire here of the Maxim. Bit of a bat move there, tactically there from NoiseofCarpet. More Maxim moving up there, holding up here in the church of St. Ralph the Redeemer. Firing up there through the windows. Maxim joining up this Sturmpioneer's force to fall a bit back here. Quickly getting suppressed. At the same time, flanking around here on the side, firing into openings or whatnot. Pioneers nearby guys need to move and support the Sturmpioniere. Another unit falling back into the building here. At the same time, we do see the Tristan push into the village or the town centre. Being surrounded here by Sturmpioneers on one side, Volkskriegs on another. The Volkskriegs are pushing in front of the conscripts. More conscripts arriving to support the situation here. Tristan rushing in. Conscripts taking up positions at another house here. What Volkskriegs means the conscripts are actually caught here out in the middle in the ruins, under fire from several German infantry forces. But another Volkskriegs squad moving up north here. Other Sturmpioneers have been cut off from their friends. Oh, never mind, they're actually hooking about there. Good job, the Volkskriegs took a lot of damage. Sturmpioneers might want to move into cave cover. Volkskriegs barely make it out of there. More Maxims, you also got the mortar here firing nearby. A bit behind the church here. Comets continuing to hold up things. Maxim here in a very bad position in NoiseofCarpet. I mean, this is probably one of the reasons why you have to be a bit careful here with moving in machine guns like that without any infantry to sort of keep things clear. On a map like this, at the very least, it's a lot easier to sort of get outmaneuvered in such much tighter confines. And Sturmpioneers holding up. Nice in another building, conscripts out in the open. Windows getting shattered. One combat unit holding up here. Could lay down some mines here, maybe some barbed wire to slow down the advances of the Germans. Going up for the northern victory point. We do see some more companies moving in with flamethrowers on the way here for Tristan.
Finish him! Finish him!
Point there being secured. And we're seeing an MG40 here from Xanaxbars up, covering a chunk of this cemetery. At the same time, the trees here might make it a bit difficult to see. You know, Fritz, I mean, it's a great idea you have, but maybe we should find a place with more visibility. What are you talking about? I can see your tombstones and trees. Maybe. Yeah, the Maxim pushing up, the Volkskriegs trying to sort of get in on it. Going to be a bit tricky here. 2 with mortar firing. Oh, there we go, moving into the building. Sturmpioneers flanking in. Gutes Arbeit. Scout cars are out here for Tristan. Apparently some mechanized reinforcements are running for the Rifle Corps. He tries to make his way through. Mortar continuing flying. Maxim falling back. Volkskriegs they're taking a bit of a nasty hit. Maxim firing away there on the Grenadiers as well.
AT gun is ready for combat.
And a field gun arriving here. Still very little infantry for NoiseofCarpet. He might be home for shock troopers, but he might at least consider one squad of conscripts and some molotovs, which certainly sound well on this map. It looks like the scout car rather rapidly suffered a explosive demise. I imagine it hit a mine there, some Schuminen. Max may hold up like this, and a sniper has pulled up here for Xanax, popping over to Tristan. With notably more infantry. He could consider some Strafniki here with a flamethrower. They could certainly do well on this map. A few satchel charges clear out any fascist strongholds as well. But so far the Russian advance already seems to have stalled here a bit. Without any real progress beyond that. Noting here, by the way, mechanized regiment headquarters is up. So it seems to be his first truck. Like to mechanized company is up as well. Some mortar fire here, Maxims again. Field gun moving, also in here. There's another Maxim drop. NoiseofCarpet is dropping them all over the place, really. Need to be careful. It looks like a flamethrower's been dropped there as well. Looking a bit grim here, and there's negative cover. They're definitely easy targets for the Grenadiers. The mortars doing what they can. Shock troops arrived, and we're seeing guard motor for Tristan, and we're seeing a heavy mortar being called in. Definitely adding some artillery there. And there we go, the Fox with a quick run off here. The shock troops pour into the streets. Sturmpanzers doing what they can here. A quick grenade through the window might clear things out, and there we go. There's a flamethrower they could secure as well, which will certainly help them even further. Mine engagements up north. Mines attempted here. Forces sneaking up north again, and we are noting a pack out for Xanaxbars.
The enemy is encroaching on our territory.
Quickly pulling up to the building. By the way, good building for conscripts, at least from that angle. Although in fact from many angles. But there you go. Schielhandgranate, and Sturmpanzer is flying through the open windows. Quickly pulls back the conscripts there. Mortars bringing in heavy mortar, needs to set up and begin firing in support of the 40 at the front line. Conscripts falling back, might pull up into the chits of the cafe there. Fallschirmjäger arrives, so Luftwaffe has been chosen here. Luftwaffe. Commies looks like they've been wiped out. So apparently a Fallschirmjäger regiment has been dispatched here for the Kampfgruppe. Mind you, the Hungarians did have their own paratroopers, which apparently were actually reasonably good. And there's a fighting shock troops pushing up the stairs. Sadly, though, Maxim puts a stop to that. Also noting they actually picked up that flamethrower. Germans making successful counterattack on the left flank. Most of the efforts here from NoiseofCarpet is basically sort of, you know, head-on assaults. There's very little flanking. And continuing to get a mortar, there's no, say, attempt to, for example, lay down some smoke either to sort of obfuscate and make ready for an infantry assault. I mean, he's a bit lacking there. I mean, this kind of tactic in this kind of map, though, is perhaps not the strongest one. Also noting here that Xanaxbars has called up a mortar half-track. Fallschirmjäger joining up there with the AT-42s, firing at the conscripts. Doing a lot of damage there, and there we go, unit wiped out for Tristan. Heavy losses inflicted, the German counterattack is getting stronger and stronger. Pushing the Russians out of town and back to the outskirts. There we go. The only position is still the one around the Church of St. Ralph the Redeemer. Rest has largely been cleared out. Units burning up horribly here. More doing well. Setting up mines himself. Good, good. More grenadiers on the way for Xanaxbars. Would certainly seem like NoiseofCarpet as well as he still looks like he's actually shifting axis of attack. Good, good. A bit surprised he never tried to sort of attack up through again. But looks like some razor wire there might have caused a slight headache. Oh, shock troops trying to flank in. Nice idea there. Sadly, there was already a mine in the way there from Biggus. But there goes some of the Maximans to make an approach there. Good, good. They probably still sent the shock troops nearby to somehow help. But a quick incendiary mortar around there quickly causes that to be a day of regret for the Maxim crew. while German infantry stream through the streets. It really looks like the Russians are making for a very hard punch on the left flank. I mean, the Germans are focusing everything on the right, so I suppose it makes sense for the Russians to push up the left and maybe that way try again sort of attack from several sides. I'm really seeing here assault troops in the way, guards simply following up here. Dozens of several grenades being pushed off there. Quite a lot of munitions going into that. Sadly though, no squad wipes, but at least they managed to push back most of the Germans. Oh, they might get the Sturm the Pioneers here. No, it looks like they get away as well. It's not quite the super successful assault team might have hoped for. We got the Mortar to take bombarding away in the hopes of catching a few Russian interlopers. And what is this? A Stuka zu Fuß? Flying down here. Units getting wiped. Heavy casualties for Tristan. Barely any infantry left. Ach du Goethe. That was one hell of a strike there. Tristan is rather pummeled up. Now we're seeing a fuel cache going up there. Not bad, not bad, but he needs to do something to sort of regain traction and units. Not looking good at all. But over to Biggus, who's definitely looking stronger in the infantry department. Surprised at the lack of smoke. Could be very effective in these narrow streets.
Prepare for combat.
Prepare for action.
Grenadiers are close to getting wiped out by a mortar strike from NoiseofCarpet, who's still a bit short on infantry. Though probably not as short as infantry as Tristan is at the moment, who's definitely just taking quite the bleeding out there. At least they managed to regain the fuel point, which is something. Support a crop there for Xanaxbars. Russians pushing up the street there and encountering an awful lot of bullets. FD-42s, MG-42s. Smoke grenade though, lay down, tank to land to cover away while the heavy mortars bombard the fascist positions. Not bad. Though he might want to move the not so wounded shock troop squad first ahead. Of course, we got an MG-34 actually covering the main street as well. Nice to deal with the smoke grenade, though I think a larger smoke barrage might have helped a bit better with maybe with a few other troops there, so trying to attack from elsewhere. Demo charge there, nice, nice. Hoping to maybe lure in some fascists and oh no, oh, that could have been absolutely horrible if that had been moved in there. Another Stuka zu Fuß barrage, house collapses. Will the demo charge? There we go! Almost got the entire Volkswagen unit. Rich collapse though. At the same time, they're denying any mounts away from over here though, at least for the time being. Well, I suppose it was lucky for Big as he was moving across in one clump. Otherwise, that could have been, well, glory for Comrade Stalin. We're noting here that NoiseofCarpet now with 2 mortars firing away, so a bit more of an artillery barrage going down there. That might do the trick here. Certainly if Biggus doesn't move away from the zone of fire. Looks like a small obstacle to lay down here, a lot of tank traps and some mines. Rare you actually see someone with a Luftwaffe actually laid down the tank traps, so that's neat. Nice to see. Pioneers pushing up his support and looks like the combat is about to go down. They lost to the Pioniere. Oops, nice job here stealing the Maxim, though might encounter some issues here as the Russians are basically charging their way through. Mortars, half-track, trying to knock out the mortars, instead failed to actually hit them, instead setting blaze to some nearby grass and trees. And there we go. Oh, smoke grenade there from the Fallschirmjäger, slowed down, actually damaging the Russians there. As they do throw a rather poisonous smoke grenade, which was actually also in the war used to force tank crews out because, well, it's not really fun to be in a tank either when none of those things went off. Some pretty nasty stuff, this titanium tetrachloride. So neat little use of that, neat little use. Both allows his men to get away but also damage his opponent. Jolly good job there used by Biggus. Mortar continuing to bombard away. Mortar as well. There's a lot of mortars right now, in fact. 4 mortars all in all. Lots of whistling at the moment. Over 2 Xanaxbars with a Maxim and an MG42. The bridge here being slowly repaired. Norman, I'm pretty sure they were used vehicles to basically lay down one finished, but that's another discussion. Another Stukas of foot here. I imagine. Oh, rather ruined the bridge repairs there. We didn't manage to do that much damage beyond that. Larger counterattack going to the north there, Biggus diggers, perhaps hoping to sort of draw more troops away from their attacks from the centre. Instead, up here, and of course put some pressure on the Russian fuel economy. Nice idea then, looks like Xanaxbars is providing some lighter support by way of the Panther. And there we go, intending around on the mortar crews, really hoping to get those mortars bombarding the German position there, firing across the river. And there we go, 1 mortar crew down. In fact, there's a veteran mortar crew there for NoiseofCarpet. That's quite unfortunate there for him. Holding up here once, but being pushed into the northern outskirts. Volksker's pushing their way through. Fallschirmjägers, for some reason, not joining in there. And they go pushing to the south. NoiseofCarpet, they need to get those shock troopers away. Very low on health, but good job here. That's going to have to force them further away from here. In fact, all of the infantry is now occupied up north on the base. Another smoke grenade there from the Fallschirmjäger. Lovely. He's actually making good use of that ability, and in fact forcing the Russians away there. I can already now imagine the Russians going, who would have thought smoke was bad for your health? Anyways. Securing the southern fuel point there, good, good. Decent successful assault there, at the same time a bit lacking in support. And they did steal the MG42 either. I mean, a quick counterattack could push them away. Slightly pushing there, slightly more success, though again, partly due to the fact all the infantry was focused up north, there was little sort of repels down south. NoiseofCarpet that needs to be careful, and sadly still doesn't have a lot more infantry to sort of really support more infantry lines for Tristan. Minor duel here.
Ostwind ready for deployment.
Ostwind flak panzer out. And a Jagdpanzer 4 out. Bit of an interesting decision, in particular considering at the current moment there's hardly any armour up for the Russians. They seem both very intent on playing for the doctrinals. And until then, the Jagdpanzer 4s aren't going to be of much use. In particular in this kind of urban setting, it's going to be a bit limited further. But a flak Panzer 4 and a Panzer 4. Using his mechanized regiment headquarters there from the Allied to repair. Good job there, good thinking. Forced to abandon the cemetery though. Up here the counterattack versus the Germans is underway, but it's being stalled here by a German Maxim crew. Guards simply pushing up south here, DPs and anti-tank. There's the 84 Falcon moving in there. Quick grenade. Smoke, in fact, doing a bit of damage there. For some reason, they actually remain in it. Ooh. They might have a bad nicotine addiction there. Almost getting wiped out there, in fact, hit by the German mortar crew. Not sure why he actually hung around there. Perhaps he wasn't paying attention, or perhaps he actually did not know the damage. Either way, dead DP drop there. Tragic loss there for Tristan. Down south, flak Panzer pushing back the field gun crew. Up behind the Church of St. Ralph, the Redeemer. We're cleaning it up there. German casualties are slowly growing, but so the Russians. Mortar crew here close to getting wiped out by the flak Panzer here. Still no sign of any armour for the Russians. Whereas the Germans have Panzers, flak Panzers and Jagdpanzers. All based on the Panzer 4 chassis, by the way. These are all variants of the Panzer 4. And the Jagdpanzer, of course, sort of allowing it to sort of have a bigger gun than otherwise it normally could have held. It's a neat little detail there, but of course, again, not really effective currently in the game or the field. Either way, it is here. Fresh mines there. And the mortars just continue to ring up. 28 kills, by the way, in this mortar crew. That's quite impressive. And veteran 2 already as well. Fighting make it here with the DP besides the FT-42s. Looks like some Russian arms acting like Panzer charging through their field gun in a rather bad position. Yet, comrades. Panzer though rather close, but at the same time the MGs and the main gun does the trick, clearing up the field gun. And looks like a KV-8 has been called in to try and help there. Not bad, but the Panzer 4 about, and Sarch is going to be a bit tricky here. Fight for the northern mansion here continues. Frangibles thrown through the air. Maxim is still doing quite well in forcing back the Russian invaders. Looks like the case being sent up there. Good job, good job. Certainly better. There's very little that can sort of really put us up to all the armors down south. And certainly the Panzer 4 is far removed to be of any help there. Looks like he's setting up tank traps here, sort of trying to block any armored advance into the cemetery. Some big explosions somewhere, and there you go, they keep it burning away there. Fighting means be careful, Panzerfaust can Werfer.
The enemy has killed a machine gun crew.
And looks like, oh, he's lost all of his machine guns. So now Xanaxbars is shot on those. And there's a Maxim right there that could be secured once more by Tristan and turning against the fascists again. Panzer 4 being shift forward here, can't use the bridge because that's still not clear. So he actually has to take a detour to defend here. In fact, he could also risk having to sort of pull back that way again. And in fact, might be caught by the mine. That could be very problematic. And looks like the cafe is smoking rather severely. Apparently someone forgot to turn off the toaster. Meanwhile, fighting progress here. Field gun not been recruited. Stukas who's firing again, unleashing another vicious volley. Panzer 4 bringing through, missing a second Panzer 4 here, arriving for Xanaxbars. More Panzerkampfwagen being dispatched.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
Probably from the 23rd Panzer Regiment. That he's been secured. The Russians making progress. I mean, the Russians are beginning to strike harder now. It looks like some armors. Right there you go. T-35 have been pulled up. And actually, time for the mid-game analysis. Current situation is the Russians now hold perhaps a bit more of the map victory points, though they are very much behind. They are very, very much behind. Damage-wise, we're also noting here that Tristan and Xanaxbars are having a bit of trouble sort of gaining traction. The ones doing a lot of damage are Biggus and NoiseofCarpet, though there's also, of course, a noticeable difference in kills between the Russians and the Germans. So there are some things there that Russians sort of need to pick up on, sort of really get back in the fight. Then it looks like all the armors now being switched north, which would leave the south open to sort of more concentrated assault. Sort of territorial-wise, they're sort of beginning to get back here, the Russians. For the Germans, they're sort of beginning to get more pressure on them. At the same time, they do possess the armor advantage, and they certainly also, to a lesser extent, have the infantry advantage of the gunners for machine guns, also the Fallschirmjägers and other fun things. For the Germans right now, I mean, for Biggus there, he might want to consider setting up some bigger armor. A Panther could be an idea. Getting some oversold out now might also be a good idea. Or he could even be a bit bolder and say, you know, begin transferring munitions towards fuel and then save up for a King Tiger, the Königstiger. And that could certainly serve quite well as a battering ram to shatter his opponent's hopes and dreams. As for Xanaxbars, I mean, more Panzer IVs. I suppose you could save it for Tiger, sort of for the longer runs. In fact, he's gotten several fuel caches up as well. Good job there. Certainly also benefits his teammate as well, I believe. I might be wrong, though. Might be wrong. No, looks like it. Though, of course, not quite as much as they benefit his comrade in arms. Beyond that, though, I mean, they just need to keep it up here. They need to be careful, of course, with the Panzer IVs. They also need to give him support when they push through here, but if they can certainly push away the Russians from the north again, and then maybe actually swing around through here and attack the Russians from the behind here, that could do them quite well, and certainly might also allow them a chance to sort of break through and knock out the field cache. But certainly through here, there's going to be sort of limited success. They might want to actually have, you know, look Biggus, lay down, say, a flank emplacement here, sort of make further infantry advances more difficult. So that would rather be it for the Germans. Again, a sort of greater northern push through here, and then sort of sneak through. I mean, the north is currently a bit more open as well. Plus, if they do it now, they can catch the Russian armor and maybe knock it out. Although, of course, the 2 T-35s will definitely be quite the threat. As for the Russians, I mean, you know, infantry is still a bit of an issue here for NoiseofCarpet. They seem to be slowly overcoming it. He's clearly setting up for the IS-2 now, just he's a bit of manpower, and soon he can get it, he should. And so, and again, they should probably sort of focusing at first on sort of getting the Russian or the Germans out of the northern part and then attacking through the south. I mean, they could basically do the inverse of what I suggested again, which is basically attack through here, drive through here, although of course with the mine here there might be some issues, but either way, or they could take it even further around here, but still then try to attack the Germans from the rear positions here, which would certainly catch them in a bit of a bind. I mean, that would be another option. Might also catch some of the fuel catches, allowing them to be wrecked, denying the Germans further fuel that way. That would also be a good solid move. But certainly clearing up this, and otherwise they could just try to push through with some incendiary barrages, heavy mortars, maybe opening up this, and also lay down some smoke barrages to sort of obfuscate any direct assaults defences. I mean, that could also work out reasonably well. For NoiseofCarpet, a bit more infantry, also recruiting some more of this equipment. I mean, he's got tons of stuff lying around, mortars, machine guns, field guns. I mean, he needs to get some infantry, he needs to recruit that. I mean, 2 field guns, a mortar and a maximum, could really do a lot of damage to the Germans if utilised correctly. And again, particularly if he wants to make a head-on assault and lay down some smoke screens using the mortars, and that way close in with infantry before the support weapons would have a chance of stopping them, even with armour. I mean, the anti-tank guns can't shoot at the tanks if they can't see them. So, I mean, that would also be another decent option there for NoiseofCarpet to consider. As for not Xanaxbars, but the other fellow, Tristan here, I mean, he's got the infantry, he's got some mortars, now he just sort of needs to work his way towards armour. And certainly as soon as he can, I mean, getting another pair of T-35s would certainly do a lot for them, allow them 4 of them. And that could certainly probably give them a chance of steamrolling the Germans under the right conditions, or at least swarming in from several sides, knocking out some vital German targets. Though of course it does require he doesn't become too senseless and get them quickly knocked out, as the Germans do possess quite a noticeable amount of anti-tank weaponry, Panzerschrecks, Raketenwerfers, Panzers, even the Panzer IV. I mean, with all that supporting it, or it supporting that, I mean, it should have a chance, plus of course still anti-tank guns like Raketenwerfers elsewhere, so it's going to be a bit tricky, but again, if you can leverage that many T-35s, you should actually have a good chance of breaking his opponent through some rather vicious, raw, armoured might, and that could definitely cause some problems there for the Germans, if one were to think like that. Back over to NoiseofCarpet, and back to the fight. Moving through the northern parts of the town, using marked vehicle up, and there we go, the Yak Panzer IV getting hit there from the hit, but actually shot man, just hit, not hit. And there you go, lots of empty Raketenwerfers moving up here. T-35 need to be careful. Coming up for Panzer IVs as well. There we go, focusing down one target at a time. Good job there. Xanaxbars, good job. Panzer IVs hitting in as well. Good job then, by the way, focusing down a target. Good job. A bit reckless there. He probably should have pulled up when he saw that, but either way. And in the end, he did not get up. Oh, I think did he? Can't see actually from all the smoke and wreckage. So it looks like one of the Panzer IVs was wrecked, yeah.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector.
Comes in trouble though. The German advance goes smoothly, and again the T-34 was forced away. Trying to get the damage, another unit wiped out. Russian casualties are piling up. We've got the Haymortar firing from the southern townhouse. And there you go, Volker's infantry pushing in there. T-34 needs to stop and get a good shot there in the cannon on the Falkenberg. That missed. Step blowing up a fence. Panzer IV shot. Panzer IV moving in as well. Decent counter-attack there. Falkenbergers need to get out of there. They're down to 1 man. They want to buy more. There we go. He should be able to... No, just a bit more, bit more. Mr. NoiseofCarpet, just a bit more. Incendiary barrage going in. Centre victory point being lost here. Came through that, and oh dear, the church of St. Ralph the Redeemer has been lit on fire. In a great twist of irony, he was in fact the patron saint of asbestos. However that came about. ISU needs to get moving. Crushing its way through tombs without remorse. Otherwise, managed to open a way through here. There's only a single Panzer to stop it. Flak Panzer moving in here still. No chance to be... Oh, there we go. One field gun actually got recruited. Good, good. They're a bit exposed. Not enough men. Ice has arrived. Burning his way through here. Killing many fascists. Yeah, still here. T-35 cut. Interesting enough, he's not using self-repair. He's got the munitions for it, so he really should use it. And oh, not all parts of the cemetery walls were completely closed off, so yeah, basically charged through the gaps there and killed some fascists. Another Panzer around there for Xanaxbars. And looks like a mechanized armor company is up there for. So there we go, Panzer engaged by the IS-2, 122mm shell versus 75. Nasty shot there on the Panzer 4. Yeah, Panzer 4, Pack 40 firing here. But the Panzer 4 goes out of control, crashing into the tank. IS-2 needs to go in, and there goes Biggus barrage as well, coiling a lot of infantry. Lots of damage they're done. Meanwhile, the KV-8 continues to rampage here, but looks like its reign of terror is about to end. No more burning fascists left and right.
We are losing territory.
Panzer 4 there on the hunt. Panzer 5 going off. And there you go. Damaged engine. That is good now for the KV-8 crew just to reach his veterans who won. Actually, it sounds over here to Tristan, who's got himself an S-35. Not necessarily a bad choice there. Northern parts of town are not looking good there. They have most assuredly seen better days. But maybe except this place. That looks pretty good still. Oh, something just randomly blew up.
Okay, that's the last one. Guard squad ready.
Troops reinforcing.
Da, comrade.
The 85 achieving little. Getting the IS-2 repaired here, good job. Still field guns to the Laxtree crew, still Maxim still doesn't be quick. In fact, we also got an MG-34 here, lying abandoned and forgotten. Like a cast-aside toy.
T-34, crude loaded and ready. Assault gun in fight. We have fallen to 100 points. Do not let this
Aim
trend
continues to
continue.
fire.
Da, da.
And now it looks like Biggus is calling in some orbital land. Looks like a K2's on the way as well. Not a bad idea there. In particular, again, these close quarters. Can't find someone, so that might. Oh dear, he's actually killing his own men. That could maybe have been executed a bit better there, Biggus. Oh, salvaging the field gun there. Good job, good job. Two Laxtree crew instead ends up as fuel for the German war machine. IS-2 shoots and misses terribly. Looks like he's getting ready from the sort of some side, repairing the bitch here again. More units might want to work on it. S-mine's going off, guards in for these shock troops making through their way.
Rocket launcher on the field.
S-really 5 support as well. Field guns moving up, might want a bit more support in the north. Got heavy mortar they're firing. Panzer more from the coming under fire rapidly already. IS-2, S-really 5, field gun firing. Panzer already half health, have to pull back into the interior of the cemetery. Can never moving in, but that's going to be an easy target there for the IS-2, I fear. And there we go, already cleared up simply by the infantry. And there you go, looks like the cemetery is about to get overrun by the Red Army. Heavy Panzer headquarters and the Panzer will doing what they can to stall things, but that's clearly not going to work out for long. Orbital line making their way through here. T-35 making for mines. And another IS-2 running here for NoiseofCarpet. Panzer 4 wreck. Flak Panzer pulled back. Looks like the Russians have turned the tide. He had 82 victory points left. Yak Panzer IV getting out as well. In fact, could be flanked right now by the T-3045. Looks like that's not happening. Need to get rid of that Schwerpanzer. They want to take that fuel. And there we go. Schwerpanzer is under fire from 2 IS-2s. T-35 almost knocked out heavy engine damage inflicted upon it. Raketen effort of firing. SS-5 covering. The cemetery in utter desecrated mess. The only thing left standing is maybe this statue. The question is, for how long will that last? Remember, self-repair, Tristan. But over to Biggus. His orbital done and Fudge Mega doing what they can. The Yak Panzer IV, as usual, not achieving much.
Crew stand ready.
The north, as usual, seemingly forgotten. Though we do see that Biggus is quick to sneak force some units. They do a bit of work there. Oh! Nicely rocketed there.
Ready for action.
40 kills, too. That's nightmarish for anyone caught on that.
Jawohl, will do.
He could be saving up for a King Tiger. The only thing is he doesn't have the population for it when he gets it. There you go, getting to work on the IS-2s. Mine's there, not finished. Got the Katyusha moving as well.
Ready for action.
Moving into the village. Oh, the cemetery, and well, understandably coming under heavy fire there from the IS-2s. Looks like a Tiger has been assembled. MD-42 on top there as well. IS-2 actually. Oh, yeah, hands are probably getting the choose. And there we go. Looks like. Oh, Luftwaffe sight going in there. Fortunately, is popping in. Unit wiped out there. Looks like the IS-2 could go down. Badly positioned, abandoned even. And knocked out. There you go. Fallschirmjäger bereit. IS-2 stunned. Of all the things. Needs to get out of there. Needs to get out of there. Katyusha rockets firing. IS-2 almost knocked out already. NoiseofCarpet here. Not having a fun day. Counterattack here. Spearheaded by the Tiger. Knocks it out. Small victory for the Reich there. And looks like the shock troops are next. Caught here in a heap of wreckage. Need to get out of there before the Tiger sets its sights on and knocks them out. Rather close there. And there we go. T-34 flanking it behind. But coming on fire from well placed. Veteran 2 Pack 40 needs to get away. And there you go. Panzerfaster from the Fallschirmjäger damaging the engine. Veteran 3 there. T-35 an easy target now. Too slow there. Nicely done there by Biggus. Heavy armament losses there for the Russians. That could maybe have been done a bit better. I'm still surprised at the huge amount of Russian equipment lying all over the place, not being taken back half the time. So you got Russian artillery flying from the northern side here. 2 mortars and the Katyusha. Looks like another artillery strike there. And another push towards the north there. Orbital died in support by Volksgrenadiers versus a Maxim cleverly hurled up there. No one wants that PTRS. Understandably enough at this stage of the fight. And a third IS-2 running there for NoiseofCarpet. Straight for the Soviet fuel supplies. And there you go. Northern support weapons rather unguarded. The orbital down taking charge of that with the MD-34. Good. That's going to have to force Tristan to sort of see something over to deal with them. Need to quick start and actually catch them there with the DP before they have a chance of firing back. And they got close. They are taking a lot of damage. At the same time, the Black Panther coming from here. And again, another series of Stuka strikes. Well, this time actually doing nothing. What a shame. But a counterattack going through in the south again. Rockets are returning here to the positions. Can NoiseofCarpet here break through? Tiger turning back. S-35 is reporting. Field gun also. Tiger end up taking a lot of damage here. Looks like the Cruiser's fouling again, though, with limited success versus the armor. Falcon Jaegers charging in, going to try and get off some Panzerfaust, I imagine. All the close getting wiped. Veterans before, though, and we're actually noting here valiant assault. The most valiant of all assaults. Another pair of T-54s on. There go, Falcon Jaeger unit wiped out. Thankfully, not the veterans, but still going to attempt to take the victory point. It's going to end up in tears as the Flak Panther tears them into mince meat. Still holding on desperately until the last moment when he loses all courage. The Russians could try and attack through here and actually get behind some of the German armour while the IS-2 with Su-85 support maybe takes up the centre. Well, that's an option anyways. German defence position. There you go, King Tiger on the way now as well.
Valiant assault is now at hand. The troops await your command.
Over to Xanaxbars. Bit of air reconnaissance going on here to figure out what the Russians are up to. Not a bad idea, another house collapses. Shock 2 is being wiped out. T-35 moving in. Nasty chance of flank, but now the Jagdpanzer IV is on its own. Of course, now we do see the King Tiger arriving. I mean, by the late stage, it was not that uncommon to see King Tigers and Tigers operating in the same heavy tank battalion. Usually it was, of course, they couldn't get enough King Tigers, in which case they might still have some Tigers hanging around, for example. Just a little note there. But make themselves an easy target for the Jagdpanzer IV. Not really doing a lot of damage there. Falcon Jaegers getting up Panzerfaust, Falcons with a Panzerschreck. Jagdpanzer's getting off more hits. Su-85 is nearby to support. No near one moving. Now the King Tiger's moving in as well. Lots of heavy armor there, and the center's basically a mess. A moon crater. Tempted like a shooter to blow them up close. And there we go, Falcon Jaeger unit almost wiped out. Pulverized into the sides there of the cafe.
Is attempting to steal our sector.
Shots in the way, but they're coming in front of them, the two Tiger tanks. What you generally want to avoid is infantry. Northern victory point to secure the Russians need to counter, and they've got a second Tiger to support the first one and the King Tiger. IS-2 makes way up through the south. Russian assault still seems to be in trouble there, but still they're getting also a lot of the heavy armor, and they've still got plenty of reason, for example, say, you know, some marked vehicle. There you go, Tiger under fire. Nice hit there from the IS-2. Looks like he might try to draw the attention here, opening up for an assault through here, in which case, good move, good move. Tristan just needs to be able to sort of exploit it. IS-2 pulls back here. Was this indeed the bait to open up for an assault through here, or was it something else? Bunker going up right to attack here, good. Field gun finally catching the King Tiger, though having a bit limited success there with the thick frontal armour. Understandably. Oh, there we go. King Tiger close to getting it. One more shot. That should be good night there. Dimitri and Yuri.
Our bunker can now accommodate an MG-42.
IS-2 versus Su-85. Tiger versus Su-85. Field gun. IS-2 they're flanking up there. But misses by quite the margin.
We are close to victory.
Well shot, Vasily. Tiger down to half health. Other Tiger moving in. T-35s really need to get moving. IS-2 here about to get knocked out. In fact, coming away from the two IS-2s, although flanking about one Tiger. Marked vehicle on the Tiger of all things. T-35's making the way through here. Yak Panther in a bad spot. Well executed there. Nice 2 though down. King Tiger getting shot at by the rear. Veteran D3 field gun. High rate of fire, high penetration. King Tiger needs to turn around quickly. This is a very bad situation. You did not expose the rear of any tanks of Veteran D3 field gun. And an aircraft crashing down as well. Just utter carnage. King Tiger down. Yak Panther 4 down. Tiger down as well. T-34 down. All tanks have been wrecked. Utter carnage here by the end. No tank not left burning. And game over as the victory points run out here. A rather brutal battle here, mostly centered around here though, with some nice battles up here as well. A 2 versus 2 here on 3 point. I mean, the Russians sort of did alright as the game progressed, but again, by the early game, they really had some issues. Then again, in part, you know, because NoiseofCarpet really didn't have sufficient infantry, and they also tried to use the maximum in terrain that's not really so suited for them, actually allowing the Germans a better chance of actually maneuvering around, clearing them out, and that rather hurt him there in the initial game, so he rather stalled a bit, though Tristan also had his own issues, suffering a bit of a nasty casualty in there. I think could have done with some mines up north, and certainly considering he went for Special Rifle Command, we never really saw anything out from it. We saw a single scout car, but no snipers, no Stravnik. I think he'd gone for at least one of those. He might have stood a bit better chance, with the sniper draining away at the German infantry. So that might have no benefit. Also, both players going for the doctrine armor. Later on, though, Tristan did go for the mechanical company. That was nice, but I still think one of them earlier gone for something that sort of at least provide some earlier punch. The KV-8 there certainly was a bit of a limited choice and didn't do the Russians a lot more. I think a T-34 earlier would have done more, for example, for NoiseofCarpet in that department, or a T-70 or a flak half-tracks. I mean, there were some options there, but sadly, none of them had chosen. So overall, it was sort of a bit of a stalled game where they finally sort of broke through once all the doctrinal armor came, but then it was already getting a bit too late, and the Germans was only breaking up more non-doctrinal armor. In the end, they certainly also bought time to get off plenty of doctrinal armor, at least here for Xanaxbars. Bit of a bad engagement here though for the Germans. Again, you know, don't expose rear armor. And certainly by the later game, the Germans were certainly also encountering some issues again with the stronger, more resurgent Russians, and the defense is sort of a bit more of a miss to a certain extent, which certainly also allowed the Russians sort of that way isolate things. But overall, you know, they made reasonably good use of their doctrines there. Biggus certainly making use of tank types, which is rarely seen. In fact, he made use of every ability, so that's pretty good to see there. Falchimigas definitely turned out to be some true heroes, although they also took quite some grueling casualties throughout this fight several times over. I think the Russians, though, could have tried to flank more from the north or around here. I mean, they certainly did at times, but, you know, more or at least from the south. I mean, it was a bit too much, particularly with NoiseofCarpet just head-on assaults, which limited a bit how far they could get. Again, also, you know, lots of weapons just laying around all the place. There really wasn't a lot of recruiting. I think that was another issue the Russians might have done a bit more with. But there you go. I hope you enjoyed this fight. I hope you learned something from it. If you did, want to subscribe, tell your friends, share it with everyone. If not, you know, send in the replay on. If you do, though, provide a link to the leaderboards. And otherwise, you know, feel free to provide feedback in the comments. Also, feel free to disable ad block if you're watching them with this video on, so I get a bit of the ad revenue, or if you really don't want to. You are free to donate via PayPal. There's a link to that in the description. Anyways, this is Appeal Dating. Cheers, and thank you all for watching. You're all wonderful people.